Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff, mostly music. Today I'm reviewing the song "Massachusetts" by Silverstein. I feel like I've heard the band, heard the name Silverstein used before, like someone's talked about them before, but I honestly can't say I've ever heard their music. So going in totally blind to this one, no idea what to expect. But this does come as a request, so thank you to whoever requested it. And if you would like to make a request, please don't forget to leave a comment down below with whatever you want me to react to. I get a lot of requests, so it's probably going to take a while before I get to your review on being real. But, getting it in there is just a good start. So, anyway, excited for this one. Always excited to hear something new, something I haven't heard before. So, without further ado, let's listen to it. Massachusetts by Silverstein.
She's cutting out the bruises, forgetting your excuses for being here. You can, with a suitcase packed and waiting by the door. In her eye, convinced herself she isn't lost enough to climb. But tonight she lays here thinking, what if I just left in the middle of the night, back to California, and never look back. She'll fantasize about it every single day, but she can't find it in her heart to run away. And no one's listening. With Northern Massachusetts on his knees to stay, he's begging, please, oh baby, please, I can't explain. It won't happen again. He's putting out the fire. He's making her believe he's really changed this time. But it's obvious it's just another lie. Lies and relapse. And again she lays beside him thinking, I'll pretend in the middle of the night. My eyes are closed, I'm sleeping, but I won't come back. She'll fantasize about it every single day, but she can't find it in her heart to run away. And no one's listening. With Northern Massachusetts on his knees to stay, he's begging, please, oh baby, please, I can't explain. It won't happen again. It won't happen again. How long could this last? The final straw was the hospital. At least she told herself that, but she just can't find the strength to end it. I just left in the middle of the night, back to California. I'll never look back. She'll fantasize about it every single day, but she can't find it in her heart to run away. With Northern Massachusetts on his knees to stay, he's begging, please, oh baby, please, I can't explain. It won't happen again. It won't happen again.
Nice short 3-minute rock it out. I love the pace on this one. I love that they just got right into it. But also just really enjoyed the heaviness of it, and even the subject matter is very just on point and handled very well. Honestly, good song, start to finish. Again, real quick, let's get it done. Let's break it down. Let's talk about each part. Let's start here with the lyrics. So she's cutting out the bruises, forgetting her excuses for being here again, with a suitcase packed and waiting by the door. In her head, convinced herself she hasn't lost enough to quit, but tonight she lays here thinking. So to me, it sounds like a song about an abusive partner, right? She's cutting out the bruises, forgetting her excuses. So I wonder what he means by cutting out the bruises. But clearly she's been hit. She has bruises on her body. She's forgetting all the excuses she gives. Unfortunately, people in abusive relationships often give excuses for why their partner is doing this or what have you. So it sounds like tonight she's saying, forget those excuses, with a suitcase packed and waiting by the door. So she's ready to leave. But in her head, she's convinced herself she hasn't lost enough to quit. As in, I can still put up with this. It hasn't been that bad yet. Unfortunately, she's thinking that way. But tonight, she lays here thinking, what if I just left in the middle of the night back to California and never looked back? So it sounds like there's this inner turmoil where she's debating, okay, he hits me or what have you. I need to leave. I need to get out of here. The suitcase is already packed. I can leave anytime I want to. On the other end, she's like, I haven't lost enough. It's really not that bad, et cetera, right? So kind of that inner dialogue, that inner turmoil, whether, leaving is the right thing to do. And unfortunately, I think the band does a really good job here. I say unfortunately because this is a real issue that happens to a lot of people, unfortunately. But I think the band really touches on what you hear a lot of people say is I stayed with him because of this or that, or I stayed with her because of this or that. It didn't feel right to leave, etc., etc. Unfortunately, the most dangerous time for a woman in an abusive relationship is when she tries to leave as well. That results many times in her death. It's a tragic thing. Very true though. But I think that the band does a really great job handling this touchy subject matter, and the fact that it is something that happens kind of just hits you right here, right? So then we get into the chorus. She'll fantasize about it every single day, and she can't find it in her heart to run away, and no one's listening. With Northern Massachusetts on his knees to stay, he's begging, please, oh baby, please, I can explain, it won't happen again. So, again, you hear this from abusers. They say, I've changed, it won't happen again, I promise this is the last time, etc., etc. But right here it says she'll fantasize about it every single day, but she can't find it in her heart to run away. So yeah, that inner turmoil, she's wanting to go, but she just can't break away. And no one's listening. And so I guess she's maybe trying to tell other people her problems, and people are just, waving her off like, oh no, whatever. And again, that happens in real life. So again, I think the band did a really great job of approaching this really touchy subject matter here, with a lot of real scenarios that happen to real people. And then it talks about the guy with Northern Massachusetts on his knees to stay. He's begging, please, oh baby, please, I can't explain, and it won't happen again, which again is what abusers say. That they say this is the last time, never again, and it eventually ends up happening again. He's putting out the fires, and he's making her believe he's really changed this time. He's working extra hard to put out those little fires, those little arguments, those little occurrences, trying to keep them out of the way. And he's doing everything in his power to make her believe, maybe he has changed. But it's obvious it's just another line, lapse and relapse. And there it is. That's where he goes back to his abusive ways. And again, she lays beside him thinking. So even after he falls back into abuse, she's sleeping next to him in bed thinking I'll pretend in the middle of the night my eyes are closed, I'm sleeping, but I won't come back. So it sounds like this is the part where she's made up her mind. She's going to pretend to fall asleep, but in the middle of the night, she's out of here. She'll fantasize about it every single day, but she can't find it in her heart to run away, and no one's listening. With Northern Massachusetts on his knees to stay, he's begging, please, oh baby, please, I can't explain, it won't ever happen again. It won't happen again. And so, even though she kind of made up her mind, she's still there. How long can this last? The final straw was the hospital. So again, it happens again. And I think to this point where she has to go to the hospital, she's so severely injured or hurt or what have you, that she has to seek medical treatment. At least she told herself that. But she just can't find the strength to end it. So even when she's sitting in her hospital bed thinking man, this has got to be the last time, even then she's struggling to leave him. Unfortunately, a lot of people tie their entire identity to their partner. And I think that could be what's happening here, is that she wouldn't know who she is without him, which is very unfortunate. It could also be just that she doesn't want to actually die, as I mentioned. Very dangerous time for women who are in relationships with abusers when they decide to leave, because that's a time that ultimately ends in their death many times, unfortunately. Just really sad, tragic stuff. But then I think she finally conjures the will to do it. I just left in the middle of the night, back to California, I'll never look back. So finally here towards the end of the song, we kind of get that release. She finally ends up deciding to go back home. She'll fantasize about it every single day, but she can't find it in her heart to run away, and no one's listening. With Northern Massachusetts on his knees to stay, he's begging, please, oh baby, please, I can't explain, it won't happen again. It won't. And then the outro is, it won't happen again. And based on that last part where she goes back to California, I am thinking that this last, it won't happen again, is the truth, because now that she's freed herself from the relationship, it really won't happen again. At least that's what I hope for. I hope that there's that silver lining there at the end of the song. So overall, like I said, I think the band did a fantastic job here of really talking about a real world issue that plagues plenty of people, and doing it in a very respectful, insightful, and way of, and just telling a really good story here as well. So I think lyrically, I got to give it 2 thumbs up. I think they approached the subject matter well. Again, very respectful, but really touched on subjects that happen, things that happen to people in real life. Instrumentally, I will say, switching gears, I really like this one. I like the heaviness of it. I like the kind of screaming parts of it. I like the clean singing parts of it. Drums, everything was great. Guitar was great. Again, to me, the part that really stuck out was just the heaviness. I wasn't paying too much attention to any one particular instrument. Instead, I was just banging my head to the heavy, fast-paced musicianship here. And 3-minute song, it told a very coherent story. And I just like that they jumped in right away, didn't beat around the bush. They just they hit the ground running here, and just really fast-paced, quick, tight listen that I really enjoyed. I give it 2 thumbs up, instrumentally and vocally. And then as far as replay value goes, look, I love this one. It really reminded me a little bit of old Trivium, maybe even like Bullet for My Valentine. I don't know why I put air quotes. Bullet for My Valentine, old Trivium. It really kind of in that vein musically, which I enjoyed that type of music a lot. So this was definitely up my alley. With that being said, I can definitely see myself listening to this one again. Especially, again, it's just a tight, quick song. It's not like I have to dedicate 17 minutes of my life to listening to it, which there are songs that I will gladly dedicate 17 minutes of my life to listening to each time. But I'm just saying this is a quick one. It's easy to replay. It's easy to listen to again. And it has a lot of value in the lyrics, in the musicianship. I think it's just a great song. I give it 2 thumbs up. Thank you so much for whoever requested this one. Very solid across the board. I really enjoyed it. Keep the requests coming. I do have one more request for Silverstein that I will get to eventually. It took a while to get to this one, but you'll definitely hear them again on the channel. And of course, if you want more requests from them, please let me know. As for the band, if you like their music, definitely go support them where you can. If they're on Spotify, I haven't checked yet. If they're on Spotify, I will definitely put them in the Spotify playlist that I have. It's down in the description below. It's got every single song I've listened to so far on the channel. There's a lot of songs on there by now. You could listen to it for a whole day and not repeat the same song. So anyway, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Other than that, guys, that's all I have. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Bye.